Namaskara. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm Diksha Arya.
And I'm Maitri Arya.
And we're happy to bring you to the first edition of Heart to Art. Heart to Art is a dive into artists' thoughts about their dance practice and presentation.
Dance is an experience, right? There's so much that we go through as dancers, from the rigorous training to the nerves before stage, but also just the excitement of getting ready.
There's the creativity of the creation process, the choreography process, and of course the fulfilled exhaustion after a practice or performance.
With all of these experiences, our identities as dancers are pretty much formed, but yet we're always learning and evolving and just adapting as we go.
The goal of Heart to Art is to surface these underlying introspections that dancers constantly think about, as these thoughts contextualize our dance, the way we practice, the way we create, the way we present.
In this episode, we asked some wonderful dancers to share their journeys with us, to tell us some of their cherished memories, inspiring visions that really impact their dance.
To begin with, the inspiration to dance comes in many, many ways and forms. Our dancers told us about how the encouragement from family is such an important part of being motivated to dance.
The first person to inspire me to dance is my mother. As I grew up, I loved watching the pure joy that would radiate through her as she danced, even though she didn't have a formal training in it. She had always wanted to learn Kathak when she was a kid, but never got the opportunity to do so. So I'm really grateful for her for enrolling me into Kathak classes when I was just 3 years old.
The first person who inspired me in the field of dancing is my mother and my brother. So there is this tilana called Tanum Tanatadirana, where my mom and my brother used to always dance and I used to always imitate them, especially the Sahitya. Ramanatha Purapalakudu Muthuramalinga Rajendra Vibhuni Abhi. And my memory is very vivid. Both of them would use Alapadma, Kataka constantly, Tripataka, and I used to imitate those hastas. So they are my initial inspiration to get into the field.
The environment has such a big impact on how we learn, doesn't it? From the film industry to just watching people dance. It really encourages little minds to just think free and to just garner an interest in dance.
Who were the first people that inspired me to dance? I would probably say my parents. They noticed something in me very early on. I was a baby that always liked to move. I was very responsive to music. So we spent time with that as a family. We'd sing songs together. They'd teach me different kinds of music. We'd listen to a lot of Bollywood music as well and do dramatic reenactments in our living room. So they really nurtured that in me. They also took me to go watch a lot of local dance from all kinds of different cultures, but also a lot of Indian classical dance like Kathak and Odissi and Bharatanatyam as well.
The very first person who inspired me to start dancing was actually Madhuri Dixit. Yes. I grew up in a household where we all love Bollywood, and as a kid, I would really enjoy watching her on TV, and I would try to do the movements that I would see, and I think that's what inspired my parents to enroll me in dance classes, and it just happened to be Odissi dance classes.
My first and one of my favorite dance memories was when I was 5 years old and I was learning the choreography to Thumak Chalat Ramchandra from my teacher Surbhidi, and I was in complete awe of her during the whole class.
When I was 12 years old, I was watching this DVD that was released by Kalakriya series, where I saw Dr. Apurva Jairaman for the first time performing a Saveri Jatiswaram. The moment I saw that particular Jatiswaram, I wanted to dance just like her. I wanted to be her. That is my favorite memory of all the time.
One of my most fondest childhood memory of why I wanted to pursue dance is probably the events, the exposure to the community that I found through dance was why I wanted to strive harder to pursue the dance form that I do love and pursue today, Bharatanatyam.
And let's be frank, dance training is hard. We have all been in a position of self-doubt, of wondering whether the exhaustion, the frustration of not achieving what we hope to, whether it's getting that step right or reaching a certain platform, whether it's all worth it. But what keeps us going is really the love for dance. And we sometimes need a reminder to be kinder to ourselves.
Absolutely.
Earliest dance memory has to be when I was 12 or 13 years old, and after 5 years of struggle and practice and getting corrected, I was finally able to disconnect my shoulder and hip from my torso, and I was able to move my torso independently of those two, and other OTC dancers can resonate on how challenging that is, but that gave me a surge of confidence that anything is possible with consistency, hard work, and practice. And after that, there was no looking back.
I would like to actually thank my younger self for not giving up and continuing to practice. What I see in my dance today is all the hard work and dedication that I had 10-15 years ago is what I see today on stage in my dance. So I really want to thank my younger self for not giving up.
I was very hard on myself. I used to always say, you're not good enough, you're not doing well. What piece of advice I would give myself at that point of time is, you did well, and it is important to hit setbacks, but every step taken, even the smallest to smallest step taken at that point of time is a pretty good step. So that's what I would like to advise my younger self.
I would tell myself that progress is not linear and progress looks different on everybody. So you should give yourself grace. And to be honest, I still give myself this advice every day.
Ultimately, dance is personal and it's individualistic. And as artists, that's really what we're able to offer to audiences, but more importantly, to ourselves.
Advice to my younger self: consciously cancel out 2 C's. Do not compare, do not copy. Do not compare yourself with anyone else you know, any other dancer, anyone you see on social media, because your art is your self-expression through your personal journey and your relationship with the art. Do not copy anyone, again, no other dancer, no other celebrity, not even your teacher. Listen to all the advice your teacher has to give you, all the corrections, internalize it, assimilate it, spend a lot of time thinking about it, but really tune into your own self-expression and try to bring out your individuality through your practice and your performances.
Just enjoy yourself while dancing. There's always going to be things to get better at, technique to perfect, repertoire to nail, but throughout all of that and throughout your learning, just continue to have fun. Find the parts that make it exciting and hold on to that. And don't stop learning.
We all dance for the same but different reasons. And each reason is as beautiful as the next. We leave you with our wonderful dancers sharing what they hope their dance gives to others.
Through my dance, I really hope to inspire others to dance. In today's day and age with a sedentary lifestyle, I think being able to dance and express yourself through dance is such a blessing, and it's so beautiful. And if not dance, to pursue another art form that takes years of practice to master, and being disciplined and dedicated and going through that endurance, I really hope it's an inspiration for everyone to pursue something that takes a long time to master.
I hope that my dance brings others the same joy as it does to me, and I hope that everybody else is also not afraid of trying a new form of movement. As I have explored different kinds of movements in my life, and I have loved everything from hip hop to contemporary to Kathak to even circus arts, which is a blend of gymnastics with dance, even though I had no background prior in it. So just have a lot of fun through the process and try new things.
My hope for dancing is that I continue to spread the joy I received and got through my dancing and by watching others dance to the greater community and the coming generations, and pass on the richness of this dance form Bharatanatyam and the heritage that we carry through dance to the coming generations and anyone that is passionate about dancing and wanting to learn Bharatanatyam.
I hope audience also involve themselves while we are performing. They disconnect themselves looking at our performances, and at least for that few moments or that few hours that they take out of their life to come and watch the performance, they thoroughly enjoy it, enter a different world and go back home. That's exactly what I would like to give my audience.
I hope my dancing and my work offers people an into who I am, maybe a new facet of me. And I hope that it offers the audience a different perspective, maybe a new way of looking at something they hadn't thought of before.
Besides awareness of and accessibility to Odissi, through my dance, I wish to communicate the fact that movement has the power to heal. And through dance, you can actually detach from the external reality and really tap into your inner self and experience what's going on in your inner world.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Heart to Art. We're so excited to be able to uncover and share more such stories and thoughts in our future editions. Namaskara.